should start there, Dr. Lisle. What is this foundation of Genesis? Why is Genesis understanding Genesis correctly so important?
Well, Genesis is written in the historical narrative. That's the way the Jews recorded history. It's written in the same style as Exodus and the events that happened in the Old Testament. And that's the way Jesus took it. So that's the way I'm going to take it. I'm a biblical creationist. I take the Bible as written. A lot of times people call that literal. I like to call it literary, because there are sections of the Bible, like the Psalms, where there's a lot of metaphor and things like that, because it's written in a poetic. Psalms is written in a poetic fashion, and so we'd expect that. So when it says there's no rock like our God, it doesn't mean God's basalt. We understand that it's a metaphor. So I read the Bible literarily, and the way Jesus and the apostles took the Old Testament scriptures, Genesis, the Torah, they took it as literal history, and so that's the way I believe it. It's important because if you think about it, every major Christian doctrine is linked back to the literal history of Genesis. We've seen in our culture today marriage is being under attack. People are trying to redefine marriage as to, anything but what God defined it to be, which is one man and one woman united by Him for life. And where does that idea come from? Well, it goes back to Genesis. Marriage is God created the family unit, and He did that in Genesis. We read about it in 1 and 2, and in 2 it specifically tells us that that's the basis for marriage today. It's because God created Adam, He created the woman from his side, and the two were made one flesh, they're one family, and that's the basis for a family. Laws, why is it that we have laws? Well, because there's a lawgiver, and where do we learn about that? It's in Genesis. Why is it that we believe that human life is so valuable? Why is it that many Christians champion, the right to life and the fact that we shouldn't be murdering babies? Why is that? Well, because human beings are made in the image of God. And where is it that we learn that? It's in Genesis. And so if Genesis is just a fictional story and it's not really true, then there is no basis for marriage or sanctity of life or laws or really any Christian doctrine you can think of. They're all traced back to the literal history of Genesis.